Throw at you when you're ready.
Go ahead. Let's hear it first.
Well, today is the 30th day. The 17th of March is when the governor decided to shut everything down, the schools and everything. So today is the April 17th. It's actually 30 days in now. And I think you asked me the other day about how long does it take to develop a habit? And the first guy that came up with this was Maxwell Maltz, wrote a book called Psycho-Cybernetics. And he was a plastic surgeon. And people would come in and their face would be all messed up or they'd want to look different, and he'd fix them. And then he'd interview them after with the surgery, and he had, tremendous results. And they said, well, I don't feel any different. I don't feel any different. And he realized it wasn't how we look, it's how we feel about how we look. And so he started doing this mantra, and he figured it took them 21 days. If they did it every day at the same time in the same way, then they could change how they feel about how they look. And that's where this first thing came about. And then NASA did an experiment with astronauts. They had them put on these goggles, and they inverted the world. Everything looked upside down to these astronauts. And after about 20 days, the astronauts, their mind flipped everything around automatically. So it looked right, unless they took the goggles off. If they took them off for a shower, if they took them off while they're making love, if they took them off while they're having dinner, they had to leave them on all the time. And so all this study happened about habits and how long it takes to change a habit. And it comes down to how difficult is what you want to change and how quickly can you make it habitual. Because things we have to think about, like you don't think about brushing your teeth, you just do it. That's a habit. When you don't have to think about it, I mean, you get out of bed every morning. That's kind of a habit, right? Hopefully we get out of bed in the morning. So we've been doing that habit. So in order for us to develop a habit, we have to ritualize it as much as possible. And some habits might take 60 days to install. But here's the problem. If you stop during that time period, you start back the counter at day one. That's why it's hard.
Now, if you stop, say that last sentence.
Anytime, if you stop anytime during that ritual, you start back at day one. And that's why it's so difficult to change habits. I did it for 19 days in a row, and then I took 2 days off. Sorry, you're back at day one. Very tough.
That's why I don't like taking Sundays off. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So I saw in the paper today, reopening U.S. in 3 phases.
Yeah.
It's very cool what the president is saying. And reopening the United States in 3 different phases. And I was interested in some of the people that listen to us, what they think Sisolak's going to do, because evidently he and the mayor are having a battle.
Yeah.
Mayor Goodman and Sisolak, our governor, they're having a battle because she basically thinks we're being ridiculous. And she just says it. She just doesn't mince words. She just says it because she wants to get our city back and running. And I think, like you said, it's been 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel frightened or scared or panicked. I feel anxious to get the show rolling.
Yeah, two things. Phase 3 is go visit old people, just so you know, in the homes. That's what phase 3 is, when we can go visit our retirees in the homes and stuff like that. And so phase 3 is kind of a non-event, because I'm already an old person, and Sisolak and Mayor Goodman, they're already old people. We shouldn't go visit them until phase 3. But hopefully they'll open some schools and get some kids back to work and get some parents some sanity and that kind of stuff in phase 1. We'll see. But yes, they really are having a battle as to which one makes the most sense. And I'm hoping Sisolak will listen to our mayor and come to senses. But I will tell you, I was online the other day. You can make a reservation for the Rio right now for May 5th and 6th for $15.
Wow.
For $15, I'll let somebody make my bed for me. I might just go stay there. Now, I don't know what the resort fee is going to be, because I know they add stuff on top of the $15. But if I'm a tourist, if I can come to Vegas and stay at the Rio Suites for $15 or $17 a night, man, I'm going. I think that might help us.
Yes, yeah. And Shannon, yes, cautiously. We have to get back into what I call society cautiously. I agree with that. But I think I haven't really dissected the plan that the president has laid out for us. And but it'll be interesting to see Sisolak's, what he's going to do, because the states are arguing that they have the rights, not the federal government. And the federal government is saying, well, there is commerce between states. So it's hard to define, I think, even with the Constitution, who has the right to open up the economy again, and what parts of it.
Well, Trump did say on television that he was going to let the governors decide. He said, look, each state has its own situation. And, so he's not the dictator. He's telling the governors, look, you guys decide for your state what it's going to be. And we'll see what happens here. It really comes down to what Sisolak does and how much pressure he gets from the different legislators and assembly and the public. I mean, if I was ever going to call the governor, if he doesn't come out pretty quick, this would be the time I'd call the governor.
Yeah, yeah. Well, probably his phone is jammed too.
Good.
Just like the Department of Unemployment. Yeah. Karen says, I read this morning that we hadn't paid yet. That we haven't been paid yet, and we had the highest number of cases yesterday. Not sure if that was true. I think Sisolak is going to be very slow at opening.
And she means peaked. We haven't peaked yet. We don't think Nevada has peaked yet, and right. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Hi, Miss Cookie. Thank you for joining us. And I was thinking about this morning, state versus feds. Yeah. And Jimmy, repeat what you said about what the
Trump
president said.
He's just said that he's got to leave it up to governors because every governor governs their own state, and he's not a dictator. He's giving suggestions. He's proposed his 3-phase, and he keeps pointing to the science. He keeps saying, this is what the authorities are saying. So it's not like I'm telling you what to do. This is what the authorities are saying. And so he's trying to use that. And he's made it clear he wants to get the economy back going again, whether it's 3 phases or as quickly as possible, because it's cost us a lot of, our GDP is going to take a hit because of this.
It's just funny because this morning when I was doing my run, I thought, gee, if it were just 14 more days and, things could be back to semi-normal. I don't know if I can, I've got a schedule to declutter my house and my office, and I don't know if that's enough time because I've been doing it kind of slowly. So I think I better step up my game. And I was wondering out there if everybody has a plan, perhaps, let's say it is the 2 more weeks or 2.5 weeks or even 3 weeks. I mean, hopefully people are developing better habits and developing some goals that they can work on, and doing live videos to give value so that when we turn the lights back on, that people know that we've been there with them, giving them value through this time. So I kind of panicked on my own personal agendas because it's like, oh my gosh, I got to hurry. I got to get going here.
Well, we know that the biggest driver of trust is consistency. So if you're consistently in front of your clients, all the people in your database, if you're consistently in front of them right now when things are going cattywampus, this is the time you can build the most trust right now. In times of stress, that's when trust gets really built. They know you, but now they realize based on what you're doing, you're consistent, you're out there, you're letting them know. And this goes a long way towards building that long-term relationship.
Yes. And Karen says, my plan is to just keep working. So let's segue a little bit to the stats, Jimmy. Great. I put them up on the screen today. And Karen, I'm going to, let's see, get out here just a second. Oh, we lost Jimmy for a minute. So today in the MLS, on condos, we have 1,097 available condos. We have 6,394 available single-family homes, and we have 704 available townhomes. We have a total of 8,195 available homes, and that's not a bad number. That's pretty good. Yesterday, 3 condos closed escrow, 54 single-family homes closed escrow, and 11 townhomes closed escrow. So yesterday we had 68 escrows that closed, which is terrific. And also under contract, we had 38 condos, single family homes, and townhomes that went under contract. So that's good news. People are still closing their deals. People are still going into under contract. And then yesterday we had 8 condos listed, 102 single family homes listed, and 10 townhomes listed for a total of 120 listings. And I know, Jimmy, you're going to tell me how soon we're going to be at that 10,000 peak or that 10,000 number.
Well, based on the fact that there's 8,000 on the market now, and we're selling 40 and listing 120, that's 80 a day. So that would be 800 in 10 days, 24 days or so. We should be at 10,000 if it doesn't change.
Hey, Ashley, big congratulations. You were two of those closings. Hey, that's really good. That's really good. Um, the rankings, let's talk a little bit about the rankings here for a minute. Yeah, Miss Cookie. Let's see here. Miss Cookie. I love Miss Cookie. Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, Ashley. Um, so let me just so I can see here the rankings. The 2020, that's this year, month to date, we have sold 1,223 homes at an average price of 326,000, and compared to last year, we had 1,865 closings at an average price of 321. And the significance of showing you that number is to show you that our prices are not decreasing. So people necessarily aren't panicked about real estate having a big decline. And then the same day, April 17th, today we had 67, I'm sorry, I guess this is as of yesterday, 67 closings. The average was $329,000. And that's an average daily of 4.18. Now, I've never seen 0.18 closings, but that's what the number worked out to. Last year, here's an amazing number, 263 escrows closed on April 17th of 2019. And that's a run rate of 16 per day. So for April. So, you know, we're not doing as much business as we did last year, but in the month to date and the year to date, we're still ahead of last year. So, and the prices are not going down. So let's see. Hello, Cammie. Did I miss the news on the lift of the star at home order?
The stay-at-home order.
Stay-at-home order. No, there's no lift. It's just that, you know, they're talking about it, and the president is planning how we can open up the economy again in an organized manner. So I'm encouraged that we have a plan. And it's going to be interesting to see how, as we get closer to more and more information, how these numbers that I'm putting up here change over time. You know, how they start increasing again. So the daily numbers, the listed numbers haven't fluctuated too much, Jimmy, I think, since we've been doing this. And the closings have gone down a little bit. I think that's the only number that I see is a big change.
This is just my personal opinion, but I think the closings have gone down because a lot of real estate agents quit working. I really think that's what happened. I have a real good friend who's a manager at another company, which I won't mention, but he had a couple new agents call some expireds the other day, and they were the first agent to call. You know, it used to be if you called expireds, there was 20 other agents calling expireds. A lot of agents, they just said, you know what, I'm taking a month off. I'm not going to fight it. I'll go clean my garage or whatever. Their agents aren't working. This is what I think. I've been to my office every day. Very few agents come into the office to do some work. And I know they can work at home. I just don't think they are working at home.
Right. So, Jimmy, let's talk about work. So today we are going to do our orientation for the Pathway to Mastery. And Kane just put up on the screen, if you want to join our Zoom class today, go to LasVegasAgentFormula.com/pathway to mastery with the dashes in there, and register, and then Kane will send you the link so that you can at least participate. It's only going to be about an hour, and we're going to talk about what Pathway to Mastery is all about, which is going to start next Friday. And it's going to be a class that Jimmy and I are going to deliver to you from Brian Buffini, and it's going to teach you how to get more qualified leads, now it's 8 weeks. So Jimmy, it's going to start a habit, right?
Well, it will. And I think the significant thing about this, the way this training unpacks, it's 50% video and 50% live conversations between us and the students. What have you done? How's it working? What are you gonna do next? Tell us what your plan is. But the 50% that's on video, Brian Buffini is now allowing us to send the video directly to the agents. And this is brand new. They just started doing this. So they'll get the videos on Monday and they'll have all the way up until Friday to watch the videos, which means our classroom time, it's called flipping the classroom. Instead of us talking to them and teaching them, it's us asking them questions. What did you get out of the video? You should have already seen the video. What were the significant points? What have you done with that content in the video? Because they'll have the video 4 or 5 days before. And I just want to shout out to you, Ruthie. Last week we had like 4 people signed up, and you went on social media and talk about the social media. We went from 4 people to how many do we have signed up now?
39.
From 4 to 39 in like 4 days because of your social media.
In one day. In one day.
In one day.
One day. Yes. That's amazing. Yes. Yeah. Because I had to get all the things from Buffini so that I could prepare my promotion to get it out there. And Susie said, Ruth, you need to wait till you get all my stuff and then do it. And I listened to her, and we got 38, and hopefully we'll get more. And today, hopefully more people than 39 will show up. Because there's the right there on the screen. Excuse me. There's this. Just go there, and that's just going to give you the Zoom link so that you can watch what we are going to be teaching in the next 8 weeks. There's no money required to do this unless you sign up for the course.
So from 4 to 40 in 24 hours, yes. You might as well light a bush on fire, because if I can see the burning bush, that's how much evidence do I need about social media and what you're teaching at Asian Formula? Dang, that's impressive. Good for you. Thanks.
No, I was amazed. I was amazed, and hopefully there'll be more by noon, because
we do have a few that are going to come sit in the classroom, social distance. We have about 4 or 5 people that will actually be here, so we'll have a little conversation with people in the classroom today. That'll be cool.
Yeah, and we're going to show Brian Buffini is going to describe the things that you're going to learn every week, and it's impressive. I mean, it's impressive that for 2 hours every Friday, you are going to have the opportunity of Brian Buffini's 20-some years of coaching real estate agents and understanding what makes us tick, what makes us more money, what gets us more qualified leads. He's a master, and I am just honored to be a mentor and do this with you, Jimmy, because I just know we're going to turn some lives around. I taught the 100 Days to Greatness many years ago, and in a classroom environment, and people's incomes, and I said this yesterday, went from as low as $36,000 a year, and then 2 years later it was $350,000, because they followed the pathway to mastery, all the steps. And there's not that many steps, but consistency is really the biggest motivator, the biggest facilitator, I should say, of the success.
Well, and I have personally decided Friday for me now for the next 9 weeks is Buffini Day. Friday is Buffini Day. I'm starting at 9 o'clock with you. We're doing our Agent Formula. We're doing this broadcast from 9:30. When we're done with this, I'm going to start on Buffini stuff. So at noon, I'm really ready. And at 2, when we're done with the Pathways class, from 2 to 5, I'm going to be writing my notes. I'm going to be making my calls. Friday for the next 9 weeks for me, I have committed in video. I've committed 9 weeks, Friday morning, all the way, all day Friday. That's Buffini Day for 9 weeks. Buffini, Buffini, Buffini.
And when you sign up, you get a package, and you get note cards. To help you facilitate, they give it to you. All you have to do is move your hand. Right?
And the package comes in like 2 days.
Yeah, and then here's stickers. Oh, by the way, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Stick it on your card, stick it on the back of your notes, and then you get this great book, Pathway to Mastery. And this is going to be the workbook. Jimmy and I have a copy with the answers in it, but you don't. And then because of where we are in this world today, like Jimmy said, you're going to get a replay of the videos. You're going to get to watch, and you can watch those all year long. I mean, and it's $395 for all of that. It's just amazing to me.
Well, we've pushed it. I mean, the horses that are ready to drink will be here. And yeah, today is really an overview. You don't really miss any content today other than just knowing what's going to come up. So really you have until this coming Friday. And that's when the real content starts. But if you sign up today or Monday, you will get the videos. So you will know on Friday of next week, here's
Right.
what we're going to talk about. I really like the way they've allowed us to do it because they've never done that before. You had
No.
to come to class on Friday or whatever day it was, and you watch the video with everyone else. Now you can watch it on your own. You can back it up. You can watch it 3 times if you want to. I applaud Buffini for realizing this is a better way for adults to learn, is have the same exposure over and over again and get it so they really get it.
Right. And Karen is saying that she's currently teaching her peak producer again, and maybe some agents might want to even get on board and do that with her as well. And she's taught Pathway to Mastery 3 times, and her agents are all embracing it and doing well because they have. So that's a great testimonial, Karen. And I know you're going to just be a great part of this next 8 weeks. And in the event that we are still in some type of a shutdown, 8 weeks will go past really quickly, like the last 4 weeks went past so fast. But let's say we're at least 4 weeks into shutdown. What a great time and opportunity to get focused on your business, because I truly believe that when everything is, when they turn the lights back on, that we are going to be so busy, especially the ones who have been out there in front of people and making their phone calls and keeping their letting their clients know what's going on in real estate. Just like I do my stats every day. Well, the prices last year were 319, and this year they're still holding in the 320s. So we're not seeing any kind of a meltdown in real estate. I mean, those are comforting words to people, and they're homeowners. They care, and they care even more when you care.
Well, numbers, we talked about this over and over again. The thing that fights the fear are the facts. And I have seen a change in the conversation from 30 days ago. 30 days ago, the sky was falling, the sky was falling. Cuomo was on television yesterday, the governor of New York, and he's talking about giving some of the ventilators that they got to 2 other states because they don't have enough. He says, we've peaked. We're giving the ventilators away that we have because we have too many now. And this is his big point. He said, New Yorkers know what the right thing is to do. We're just going to do the right thing. We're just going to do the right thing. Well, we've always known what the right thing is to do, but when everybody's saying the sky is falling, it's kind of scary. And I think we're moving from the fear propaganda to figure it out, guys. Figure it out. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that continues on this next week, and I hope Sisolak hears it, because I hope he says, okay, April 30th is long enough. Let's get school going again. Let's get the businesses open again. Again, if I don't hear an announcement by Monday, I'm going to start calling his office.
Well, we could all do that.
We'll have Kane put the phone number up on this
Yes.
live stream, and then we'll all when the live stream's over, we'll all get on the phone together and we'll just blow his phone up.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy, we've been bloviating here for 25 minutes, and I think we've got a lot to do. We're going to go and orchestrate the day for our Zoom, and everybody zooming in and hopefully seeing what the Pathway to Mastery is going to do for them or can do for them. If they want to participate, how to do that. And again, every class will be Zoom. You can do all this from the comfort of your home. So that to me is really big. If I sit here in this office, I get interrupted. Got a minute, got a question, got an answer, can you do this? Can you do that? And somebody walks in and get a phone call. So I'm not as focused as when I'm at home. At home, the dogs bark and John cooks, but that's about it.
Well, we know focus is really the key to getting a lot done. The magnifying glass, the laser, all this stuff about focus, it's just part of human nature. The more we can focus on what we're doing, the more efficient we are, the more effective we are. And so, yeah, staying at home, that might help some people focus. Some people need to come to the office to focus because the home is a distraction. So figure out how are you wired and work from your strengths and just do the thing that works best for you. And don't listen to everybody else. Watch your results and see what works the best for you and do that.
Yeah, right. And I always bring up Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy, because I watch him. The other day, he made 50 phone calls to his clients, and he's still doing a listing a day.
That's huge. Good for him.
And he's doing them using Zoom and Be Live, or he's using Zoom. Some people are using this platform, Be Live. And this is just like being there, Jimmy, right? I mean, once
Yeah,
you
pretty
get
much.
into this is really a fantastic way to communicate.
I actually made 25 calls yesterday myself, and I thought I was doing good. Now I know Aaron Taylor's doing 50. I got to up my game. Thanks. Thanks for that.
Thanks for that. Well, that might have been his peak, but yeah, but the point is, communication is everything, and sales is a contact sport.
There you go.
Everybody have a beautiful day. We hope to see you on our Zoom today at noon. There's the link there to go there, get the link to be in our Zoom, and let's rock and roll. We're going to have so much business. We're not going to know what to do with it, right?
Thanks. Thanks, Ruthie.
Okay, bye everybody. We love you.
See you this
bye,
afternoon.
Karen. Bye, Cookie, Cammy, Ashley, everybody that joined us. Appreciate it.